So let's say we may have a public type, and this might equal let's say 18 to 25. So this is the type of savings account I have, just as an example. Or we could say ISA or whatever. So 18 to 25 is the type of account that exists at the moment. And when we create this Alex savings, we can also then grab this type. Because we've created it as a public property, we can take this type of account and we can echo it out. However, this is not going to be available in our bank account class because we've created an extension of our bank account, but with this additional property, which is only available to use inside this class here. So let's go ahead and test this. We'll test it with both. We'll test it with bank account and then with the savings account. So if I was to say under here, Alex, or Echo rather, Echo, let's get rid of our balances. Echo, Alex, and then type. So we're trying to echo the type of account that I have in my normal bank account. Now, because we've only extended our bank account and specified this additional property in our savings account class, it's not going to work. We're going to return an error. So we've got undefined property bank account type. That's because our property doesn't exist within our bank account class, it only exists within our savings account. So let's get rid of that line there. We can't do that unless we've already pre-specified it up here, in which case it will automatically be available in savings account, and I'll show you an example of that in just a moment. Okay, so let's go ahead and say Alex savings, and now let's echo out the type of account. So echo Alex savings and the type of account. So let's go ahead and refresh, and you can see that we've been displayed with the value 18 to 25, which is what the account we specified up here. So now what I was talking about earlier is, because this is only available in savings account, which is an extension of bank account, we can't use it with bank account. But if we did want to use it with bank account, we can cut that from there, we can put it in there, and now what happens is this is available for each instance we create. So what we might do is we might create a new bank account, and then we might say we might give it a specific value, and we'd need a method to do this. So we could create a new method called in fact no, what we can do is we can come down here and we can say Alex type. No, let's do it through a method. So we'll come up here and we'll say function, public function. We need public function set type, and this is going to set the type of account that we're currently dealing with. So what we can do is, once this function is run and we take in the type here, let's give it another name just so we don't confuse it with the property name. So set type input. We can now say this type equals input. Okay, so we've set the value of this type here to the input. So what we can do is, when we now create a new account, we can say Alex set type, and we can set the type to let's say 18 to 25 current. And now with our savings account we can do exactly the same thing, because remember we've extended all methods and properties. So we can say Alex savings set type super saver. Okay, so now what we can do is we can get rid of that. We can now echo out, let's say, the balance and the type of account. So I'm going to say echo Alex, first of all Alex, and then I'm going to say type, and then I'm going to say has, and then I'm going to say Alex display balance. Okay, so what this is going to do is it's going to take the type of account, and then it's going to say has and the certain amount of balance that's in there, and we can append a line break on there. Let's just test this one in particular first. Let's refresh. You can see that 18 to 25 current has balance 80. So let's go and get rid of this dot. Where did I put that? Oh yeah, okay, so I've got current, the dot in there, so let's refresh. So 18 to 25 current has balance 80. Now what we can do is, because we're extending this, we're extending the method and the property, like before we just set the property inside here, we can echo out Alex savings, and then we can echo the type out. Remember, this is a property, not a method, so we're just echoing out the raw public property. So if we would set this to private, we wouldn't be able to do that. We'd have to create a method in order to return the type, as we do with display balance. So now let's go ahead and say savings type, and we can say has and Alex savings display balance, and we'll put a line break just on the end of here to keep things neat, and let's refresh. So we've got 18 to 25 current has balance 80, and Super Saver has balance 3000. So in this tutorial we've looked at adding another method and another property, and also extending a bank account, and demonstrating how we can create additional properties in here. I haven't shown method, but it's exactly the same way as you do a property. You just pop that straight into savings account, and then that's unique to savings account. However, every method and property in bank account we can now use in savings account. And I've also given a short example, so I encourage you to sort of play around with this, create new methods and properties inside your savings account and bank account, or whatever classes you're creating for whatever purpose you're creating them for. Play around and see what you can do and can't do, and I can guarantee that after you've got the hang of this, object-oriented programming in general will become a lot easier to grasp.